Hey, what's up, everybody? This is In Between the Lines. I'm Jake, here with Jeff. What's going on, man?
Well, what's up, Jake, man? It's been a minute, man. I know life has been lifing.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I've been wrapped up in basketball, but that's over now. So,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going on, though, isn't there?
and it's a ton, man. It's a lot of things going on in the NFL, a lot of things going on in the NBA. Let's kind of start out with that.
What? With what? NBA or NFL?
NBA.
NBA? Okay.
Yeah.
What? The first thing that's coming to my mind is two people that I don't like at all are beefing right now.
Oh, you don't like Stephen A?
I'm not a big fan. No.
Oh man, I didn't know that, man. I love Stephen A.
Do you?
I know it's a lot of people that don't like him, man, but I dig him.
Well, he has takes that I'm fine with. To me, he has some silly takes too. I just think he's loud and obnoxious a lot of times. But
Yeah.
he says some stuff that, like I said, this whole issue with LeBron and his son thing right now, though, I'm completely on his side with this one.
Yeah, man. This is just another thing on the list to add, on LeBron's do not like resume.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand this dude, man. Like, you got your son in the NBA. He is clearly in the NBA because of your name. He would not have been drafted if it wasn't for him. Round of applause. Let's give it up for LeBron James for getting his son in the league. Now, what comes with that? Attention, media coverage. You are not above getting scrutinized, criticized. You not. So if you suck, we can't say nothing because it's LeBron's son. Get out of here, man. He's soft. I cannot stand this dude, man. He think he untouchable.
Yeah.
Your son suck. Let's just say what it is. He sucks. He better than me and you, but he is not NBA talent. He's not.
Well, and the thing to me, I guess that really bothers me about it is that's not even what Stephen A. Smith said. He wasn't over there criticizing LeBron or Bronny. He was criticizing LeBron, saying, "Not doing this to your son." That's the whole thing about it. I don't know if you remember, but like last year, LeBron was posting stuff about his son could play in the NBA and he's better than all these cats that he's watching right now. It's not just that he got him in the NBA, which, I've heard some arguments too that, he got him in the NBA. He was the 55th pick. But if you look what the 56th and 57th and 58th pick are doing, they're not doing any good either. So they did pick the best person, but whatever. You take that out of the cat. They didn't get guaranteed contracts and all the media attention. He put his son up on a pedestal, made it seem like he was better than several NBA players, and like some other people have said too. He's in the NBA either way. He's an NBA player, so he can get criticized by a sports pundit, but he's not even criticizing him. He's saying, LeBron, stop doing this to your son. Stop putting all this pressure on him. Stop doing all this as a father. Everything that Stephen A. said that made LeBron mad was all facts. So that's, like you said, he's soft.
Very much so. Very much so. Like I say, we both clearly not fans of the guy. I was talking to an old friend yesterday, day before yesterday. He actually gave us some praise on the podcast. A guy by the name of Philip Sudduth. You remember him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he was kind of getting on me about LeBron. He's a LeBron fan.
Is he?
And he think he's better than Mike. And I'm like, oh my God, man. what's going? He like, man, he's played for so long, man, and look at the level he playing at. You know, I give LeBron that. I give it to him. Yes, he's played a long time. Um, he is playing at a high level at the age he's at. But that don't make you better though. He's just played longer. I mean, this cat is still chasing Mike. You know, he said like, okay, he just passed him in what 40-point games or 50-point games or something like that. I'm like, everything that Mike did, he did it this, and you've been here this long and you still passing him and stuff. It's a crazy argument. I don't even think they on the same stratosphere. I really don't. Yeah. And he ain't caught him in rings, and he probably won't.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that he hasn't caught him in, and like you said, in several more seasons. Like I said, I agree. I think LeBron is great, and the fact that he's able to have done it for so long, that's what's really, really impressive. But I guess it's one of those. I heard somebody say, you know, they had said that Jordan's the better player, but LeBron has the better career. And I don't even know if I agree with that argument, because, like I said, there's still so many things that Jordan did in a shorter career that, I mean, I would still take the 6 rings. I would still take all the scoring titles and the all defensive players and the defensive player in the year. So, like I said, I don't know that you can say that. But LeBron James has had a fantastic career, but it's like I said, it's because he's been able to do what I don't think anybody else has been able to do, and that's play at such a high level for such a long time. Like I said, none of my hate for LeBron James comes from his basketball skill. I mean, I think he's fantastic, but it's the diva-ness, it's the softness, it's all that.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, Scottie Pippen actually says something here recently, and I agree with him, and that doesn't happen often. But he said, "I didn't chase my rings." You know, clearly, that's what LeBron has done his whole career. He couldn't.
Yeah, John Stockton said something. John Stockton had said that Michael Jordan climbed to the top of the mountain, whereas LeBron James took a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's the same type of thing.
Yeah, a big one too.
Mm-hmm. You saw he just hurt himself last night, though, didn't you?
Yeah, he's gonna be out for 1 to 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, that's the initial say. It's the groin, which I don't know if you remember. He'd hurt that a couple of years ago and was out for a while. But he had said, I was watching the interview, he had said it's not as bad as that time, but he's also older.
Right. Yeah, it's harder to beat that kind of stuff the older you get.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
we'll see.
I get sprained ankles that I used to recover from after 1 or 2 weeks. It takes me 6 months now.
Right. But Dallas has got to be. I mean, they look like some idiots right now, right?
You know, my wife, she doesn't pay attention to sports a whole lot, but I mean, when the Luka AD thing happened, I mean, obviously that was everywhere, and we'd already made a video too, saying that it didn't really make sense. But so she read something in one of her gossip magazines that the new owner of the Dallas Mavericks, because Cuban sold off the majority stake, so somebody else has the majority stake, but they said the new owner of the Dallas Mavericks, she wanted to build a new stadium with like a casino in it, and it got shut down. And so she was like, well, then I'm going to move it somewhere. I'm going to move the team somewhere else. And they're like, you can't move the team somewhere else. They're so beloved. And they had said that she said, well, then I'm going to make them not beloved.
What?
And I mean, when she said that, it sounded kind of ridiculous, but now it seems like, yeah, they're doing a lot of stupid shit. that maybe that is what they're doing.
Oh. Yeah, if Mark Cuban was still in that spot, no way this trade happens. No way. I remember when quite some time ago when Shaq was talking about leaving and being traded, they offered, I can't remember how it happened, but they ended up in talks with Dallas, and they was like, the Lakers said, well, give us Dirk. And Cuban was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking Shaq and giving up Dirk.
Right.
There's no way that he would get rid of Luka for Anthony Davis.
No, it just doesn't make sense. And like I said, and then all the stuff that they were saying about the nutrition and the not taking things serious, it's like, yeah, but he's still one of the top 5 players in the NBA and still won the scoring title and still took you to the championship last year. And he's still super, like I said, yeah, it just, yeah. To get somebody, like I said, AD's good, but AD is, like I said, what does Charles Barkley call him? Street clothes?
Yeah.
And like I said, and he played, 3 quarters for Dallas in his first game, and he's been street clothes ever since. Yeah, it's silly. Silly.
Oh, yeah, so that's top NBA news right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Cleveland is, they still the number 1 team in the East, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like I said, Cleveland's number 1, and then Oklahoma City's number 1 in the West. And like I said, Charles Barkley kind of called out ESPN for that the other day, saying that you guys aren't talking.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You guys are only talking about LA and Golden State. You're idiots. And he's kind of right. He's kind of right.
They said who was they said they had to calm Kendrick Perkins down. He wanted to fight Charles Barkley. I think it was Stephen A.
Yeah. And then I read something today because I saw Kendrick responded, and he had said something like that. When we see me, we'll see if you still have that same energy. I said something today about, man, I don't even talk to you. What, you averaged 4 points a game? Like I said, I don't even need to have a conversation with you.
Well, you know what? I gotta give it up for y'all Pistons though. The Pistons are playing pretty damn good basketball, man. They look good. I can't hate. I wish that was us playing that good.
They still got some stuff to work on, but yeah, like I said, I don't think anybody expected it. I mean, they've got more wins this year with 20 games to go than they had the last 2 years combined.
Yeah.
It's been impressive. If JB Bickerstaff doesn't win Coach of the Year, something's wrong. Because, like I said, I get it. Nobody expected Cleveland to be as good as they are either, but I mean, at least they were a playoff team in the past. I mean, we're talking about one of the worst teams, and all of a sudden now you're 6th seed in the playoffs, and nobody wants to play you right now. Like I said,
they could possibly get out the first round if it stays like this. They will play Indiana.
I don't like the matchup against Indiana. I would much rather see the Knicks. They've played well against the Knicks this year. They have not played well against Indiana this year, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm to the point where as long as they're not a play-in, as long as they stay in one of those top 16 seeds, get a chance to play. Get a chance to play.
They got that.
Whether it's going to be either New York, Indiana, or Milwaukee. Like I said, as long as they get to do that, get some good playoff experience, don't get swept, win a game or two, and God forbid if they won the series. I mean, like I said, I agree. I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing a lot. They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
We're actually going to go watch them next weekend against Oklahoma City.
Okay, that should be a good game.
Fun. Yeah.
Fun. Okay. And my team that I liked, after the trades was Golden State. I said that was the team to really pay attention to, in my opinion, with Jimmy Butler, and they playing lights out as well.
Yeah, they played the Pistons last night. I watched it. It was a close game. We lost at the very end, but yeah, they're good. With Jimmy Butler, just kind of gives them that extra spark. Like I said, I like Jimmy Butler. He's just got that. To me, he's got that old school basketball thing to him, where it's like he's going to go out there He ain't trying to make friends. He's trying to go out there and beat you at basketball. And I like it. I think it's a good tough fit for him.
That's what it should be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's what it absolutely should be.
Yeah.
So I think the playoffs going to be kind of fun to watch, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I know Phoenix is playing right now against Dallas.
Yeah.
And they've been struggling. They're struggling with Dallas, man. I don't know why. You would think that Kevin Durant and Devin Booker alone, they would be, making some noise, man. They kind of just, where are they at in the standings? I mean,
they're not very good. If the playoffs started, they would not be in it.
Absolutely not. 29 and 34.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who is the coach over there?
Budenholzer, the guy that used to be at Milwaukee. Yeah.
Wow.
I just don't think I just don't think it's a good a fit with those three. Like I said, they're all. I mean, I guess Kevin Durant doesn't necessarily need to have the ball in his hands like that, but like Devin Booker and Bradley Beal both do. Like I said, to me, that's why I think the Lakers are going to struggle with Luka and LeBron together. Is they don't mirror each other's games very well. But I mean, I think Kevin Durant's a good fit in person, but he's not a leader. You know what I mean? He's never been. He might be the best player on the court a lot of times, but he's not that. Hey, go take over. You be the guy. Lead us. He's not that. Like I said, when he was so dominant with Golden State, it was Steph Curry was that. And like I said, I love Kevin Durant, but like I said, he's not the guy that's going to take you and make you a championship contender. He needs other players, and Booker and Beal aren't those players.
Right. Yeah, I agree. So that's a team I expect to do better and not, but you say that's not a good fit. Philadelphia. I mean, I think. I mean, they are just man. It just put injury next to the Philadelphia injuries. That's what they are. Everybody is hurt.
Well, as soon as they signed Paul George, I was like, well, that's not a good fit. I mean, they already got Joel Embiid, who misses half the games and doesn't want to play back-to-backs. And Paul George has been an injury guy for a while. So he said, yeah. There was at one point in the season when they said Paul George had recorded more podcasts than he had played games.
And my favorite player on that team, Maxey.
Maxey, yeah.
Yeah. I like watching him play.
Yeah, he's good.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know,
well,
man.
They're 20 games below 500.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just seen
absurd.
That. Yeah,
absurd.
No need to talk about the Bulls. We suck. I have no idea what they're doing in Chicago.
Well, technically though, right now they'd be in the play-in, but yeah, they're not really good.
Yeah, and they've been trying to trade Zach LaVine for the last 3 years. They finally got it done.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that they hadn't traded him yet, and I was like, no, they traded him. Where did he go?
Yeah.
Did he go to
Sacramento, I believe? Yeah.
Yeah. We discussed that at the beginning of the year. Remember, I had said that all the talk is he's going somewhere, and you didn't think that he was going to, but because they've been talking about trading him for the last 2 or 3 years. It's just he's got a big contract.
They signed him to a max deal.
Yeah, he's not a max player. Like I said, I don't get it. But there's a lot of players that aren't max players that are getting max contracts.
He's a scoring machine, though. I mean, he can score. He can score the ball, but I don't know. He's just not that type of person you can build around, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll stay tuned on that on the NBA, but the NFL has been exciting in the off season.
Well, it's been exciting for you. I mean, it's been pretty boring as far as I've been But I saw that news the other day. I was going to text you when I saw that the Bears traded for Jonah Jackson and that guy Joe. Is it Thurby?
Tony.
Joe Tooney from Kansas City. I was like,
Yeah.
There's a guy at work that I talk with. We talk Bears all the time, and that's what we've been saying is they need to go get offensive linemen. Get offensive linemen. They should be good, and they went and did that.
Yeah, and I don't think they're done yet.
How do you feel about those two moves?
Man, I'm excited to be delighted.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't I be, man? You have to invest in your quarterback and put the right tools around them, and they doing that. When you think about the great quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Montana, and them, they were going whole seasons getting sacked 6 times for the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's insane.
Yeah.
He was getting that in a game.
Right.
Over 2 games, sacked 6 or 7 times. So they really knew what it take. You got to keep your quarterback upright if you want to win in the league. So yeah. I'm excited, man. I don't think they're finished.
Yeah. So I know they said I was just reading something about it where they were saying, the free agent market is kind of weak this year. It seems like a lot of players are ultimately kind of like Myles Garrett just did, re-signing with their team at that team discount price. So are you satisfied offensive line wise right now? Are you thinking they're going to get more offensive linemen or what? Because when I saw the Jonah Jackson one, I was like, oh, that's a good pickup. He's not like a game changer by any means, but he's a solid player. I mean, he played for the Lions, and I think he was one of the rotational pieces. But the Joe Thurley one really, really surprised me. He's good, and I saw Kansas City people were not happy about it. I literally just saw a post saying, "What are they doing?" That was like one of our team MVPs last year, and you traded them for a bag of Doritos. So I mean, what else do you think they're planning on doing?
I would like to go and see them get another guy. I think they're going to get someone in the draft. We got the number 10 pick. So I think they're definitely going to address the line in the draft. But there was some talks about us drafting Jenny from the running back from from Idaho. So I like that. Boise State. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, I seen Louis Riddick said that he was Emmitt Smith with 4.3 speed.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I don't know if you just pass on a guy like that, man, if he's sitting there.
Right.
That's tough.
I haven't seen where he's projected to go. I mean, I've seen that he's the first running back projected to go. I just haven't seen if anybody in the top 10 is projected to get him. Yeah, he'd be something, but yeah, it's one of those, everybody dogged the Lions. Even I was like surprised when they took Jahmyr Gibbs as early as they took him, but now I don't think anybody would second guess that. He's a game-changing running back, and I think Jonte can be that. So, yeah, that'd be a tough one to pass up on.
Yeah, man. If he's sitting there at 10, I say get him.
Yeah.
The Bears have already talked to him. Ben Johnson has already talked to him. I think they flew him in already. So, I mean, they are definitely interested.
Yeah. I just read that they flew in the kid from Arizona State too, the Scatterborough, that running back. I just read the Bears flew him in too. But
yeah, because we got Swift. Swift is still fairly young, I guess, and then we got another running back that's still on his rookie deal, Roshan Johnson, from Texas. I think he can be pretty good as well, but I don't know. It just depends on what. I'm gonna trust Ben Johnson's judgment on this. let him get what he wants, what he think he needs, and move forward. So, and it's a lot of talk about us getting Khalil Mack back, but
Well, all those. I mean, I know the Bears were attached to the Myles Garrett rumors. I don't know if the Bears were attached to the Max Crosby rumors or not.
no, it was just fans say they would like to have him. But speaking of Myles Garrett, I mean that deal he just got $40 million a year for a DN.
Yeah.
I don't think no other team would have paid that.
Well, like I said, I mean, I know the Lions were one of the teams that were mentioned with them too, and I heard they were aggressively pursuing them, and I would have liked to have gotten them, but I kind of figured that. I was like, I just don't want to, give up the farm for him, and I imagine he's going to demand a lot of money, and yeah, $40 million is just absolutely absurd. One of my favorite things, I was just telling somebody this today. Somebody had posted something the other day where it was like, because just 2 days ago they were saying they were beyond reproach and that Myles Garrett was leaving and he wasn't going to come back, and there was like some Cleveland fan was like, oh, they should go and trade him to the worst team in the NFL just to show them, and then somebody responded, man, bro wants them to trade them to their own team.
Damn.
I laughed out loud when I read that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
but
so
I don't know who is in charge of their finances, man. But I mean, you are already underwater with Deshaun Watson. I mean, you are sinking with the money that you got to pay this guy, and now you giving Miles all of this money. It's like, I mean, get your money. I'm not, if you can get it. But now what's up with the rest of the team?
Well, that's what I mean. To me, it shows one, Miles. I don't think Myles Garrett really is caring about winning anything at this point. He wants money. Well, that's fine. Go make as much money as you can. Generational wealth, but it also
kind of like what Carmelo Anthony did.
Yeah, but it also tells me that the Cleveland Browns aren't really interested in winning anything either, because they can't afford to pay anybody else anything. So yeah,
you want to keep him that bad? That was the thing with Bill Belichick. He did not care about letting somebody go, and they just kept on winning.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Richard Seymour, when he didn't sign him and he went to the Raiders, boy, he was salty. And but that didn't stop nothing. It's just sometimes you just got to let people walk. I'm not paying a defensive end $40 million a year. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I said, I mean, he's great, but that $40 million, I mean, it just impacts so much of the rest of your team. Like I said, and when you have so many other needs, I mean, I'm not the GM. I'm not a GM, obviously, but I wouldn't do anything like that.
I wonder how much. Did you see how much of it was guaranteed?
No, I didn't. I mean, like I said, Deshaun Watson was almost all guaranteed. But
yeah. So good luck with trying to trade him.
123 and a half guaranteed.
Over how many seasons?
4 year. So most of it's guaranteed. That's
160 million.
Yeah,
40 a year. Mm-hmm. Probably, depending on incentives and all of that. How many sacks and stuff he gets and tackles and.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably gonna retire abroad.
Oh yeah. Now the Lions haven't really made any noise yet. I mean, the only news that I've heard about the Lions so far is they went ahead and they re-signed Derek Barnes and they just re-signed Marcus Davenport. Both who are supposed to be good players, but both players, they got injured early in the season last year and missed the whole season. So they did those two things. I heard a rumor that they signed, are getting Josh Reynolds, who they used to have. And went to Denver.
Yep, I've seen that.
I hadn't confirmed to see if that's true or not because I keep getting all these bullshit posts on Facebook. where I have to go double check, and most of them are false. The biggest one that I'm concerned about right now, I mean, like I said, I like what they do in drafts. I mean, they tend to draft players that come out and contribute right away. The biggest thing for me right now is whether or not they're going to re-sign Carlton Davis or not.
Okay.
There's been some back and forth about that. I hope they re-sign him. I think he's really good. I loved what he did for us last year. He was another one that got hurt towards the end of the year with a broken jaw, but he was a good player. I liked his energy too. So I hope they re-sign him. I've seen some back and forth. Like I said, seen some articles that say nope, he's going to go to the highest bidders, and I've seen some articles that said he's most likely going to re-sign with the Lions and just doing some cat and mouse with it right now. But other than that, I don't know how much more of a I don't know how much free agent splash they're going to do. They're not really. Brad Holmes doesn't seem to be the type that makes huge free agent acquisitions. But they tend to do well in the draft, and I know that's one of the things they were talking about too. Was they're going to have to extend on Hutchinson here. They're going to have to extend on Branch here, and one of the other defensive backs, or Joseph, and so I mean they're going to have to pay some of these other guys to stay. So to me, I just hopefully they do well in the draft again, like they've done the last couple of years. But I don't know that I'm going to hear any big free agency noise, which I didn't really think that I would. I mean, I was hoping to hear Myles Garrett or Max Crosby, but I just didn't really think that was realistic with what their style in the free agency has been in the past.
Have y'all replaced some of those coaches yet?
Yeah, but I mean, they've replaced them with people that I don't know yet. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy that they got as an offensive coordinator came from Denver. I don't really know anything about him. They promoted Calvin Shepard, who was one of their already defensive coaches, to the defensive coordinator. I kind of like that. I mean, I liked him and his style when I watched that Hard Knocks, and so he was kind of a popular pick, and I had heard that was probably the way that they were going to go when Aaron Glenn left anyway. So, and I think that's what Campbell said was he's been grooming him to be the defensive coordinator since they've had him. So, like I said, we'll see. I mean, I don't know about the other ones, but I know obviously the offensive and defensive coordinator are the two big ones. But yes, they've got offensive and defensive coordinators.
Okay, cool. Another defensive end that got permission to seek a trade is Trey Hendrickson in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. I know our fans were pretty happy about that, but with this Myles Garrett deal, do you? I don't know if a defensive end can set a market for defensive ends, can they?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the first things I read. I mean, I know they were talking about Trey Hendrickson for the last couple of days, and he's been a name that's been on the Lions rumor mills for a little bit too, but that's the thing that I just read was this Myles Garrett deal is going to boost his price up too. He's good, but I mean, I would like to have him. but
he got 17 and a half sacks the last 2 seasons.
I mean, they've been talking about him to the Lions for the last 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I first ever actually even heard of him, was they were saying, here's some people they can get across from Aiden Hutchinson. So I started reading up on him last year, and I was like, oh, yeah, he looks good. He sounds good. But, yeah, I imagine he's going to – I don't know that he's going to get a Myles Garrett level deal, but he's going to get up there. He's going to get up there. So
you see Von Miller got released.
I did not see that.
Yeah, Bills let him go. I mean, he's on the other side anyway. He had he did have a good career, but he was snapping down over there in Denver. He was really getting it in over there.
Oh yeah, he was dominant over there. What about the Geno Smith to the Raiders? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Back with Pete Carroll. I don't know. We'll see. Geno didn't. Season before this one, he really, he peaked.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what he do in L.A. Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. He's good, but he's not elite. He's good. Who did they have before? I don't even know who the Raiders had last year. Did they have
Minshew? Is it Minshew? Minshew?
They did. Yeah, Gardner Minshew. He was there, but was he the starter?
I can't remember.
Yeah, they were bad last year.
Yeah, so where are they picking that in the draft?
They got to be in the top 5, I would think.
Yeah, I think so. It's just breaking news. Aaron Jones is re-signing with the Vikings. The Chiefs re-signed Nick Bolton and the Myles Garrett thing and Von Miller. So that's what's happened today. Sam Darnold is not expected to sign with the Vikings.
He's expected to leave?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Oh.
So it looked like they going in on JJ. Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about JJ. Like I said, I'm a JJ McCarthy fan, obviously, but there's been a lot of talk about him. But that's to have not played a single snap last year and coming off a knee injury. That's brave.
Yeah, I would. If it was me, I would have kept Sam another year. There's nothing wrong with JJ sitting, and learning. You don't have to rush the guy, in. But I get it. They don't want to pay Sam Darnold the money. But I don't know. I would have kept him another season, and halfway in, if things not looking so good, then you bring in JJ. I don't know what the rush is.
Right. What do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do?
He need to go and sit on the couch. That's what he need to go and do. But
he's got a lot of ego, man. He's got a lot of ego.
I think him to Pittsburgh. I think it's going to happen.
Oh, really? Is that the talk? Wouldn't that be funny if he went to the Vikings? Isn't that what Brett Favre did? Left Green Bay, went to the Vikings. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, man. He's... Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
I'm ready, but you know what? I wouldn't mind it. I ain't scared of Aaron Rodgers no more. No. I like to beat up on him.
That's what I said. I'd be fine with him going there. I think Sam Darnold is better than Aaron Rodgers right now. So whatever. Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers brings a lot of drama and locker room issues. So
you remember that little facade they put on when Aaron Rodgers was sitting there in the camera and he went, and then here come Devontae Adams. They thought they had Super Bowl talk right then. He was ecstatic.
Yep. Didn't do shit.
Not a damn thing.
Both released at the end of the year.
Yeah, man. Every time Aaron Rodgers lose anything, it's a win for me.
Right?
So, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm with you.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. Free agency does start this upcoming week. But like you said, it's really not everybody has already re-signed or been released. I don't see anything to
I like really the first go week after. Of it usually, once it opens up, the first week of it is when the most of the moves are made. But like I said, I don't know that there's any big moves that are going to be made. And then it's now it's time to start getting into who's going to draft who. That's the leading up to the draft is always fun. So
yeah, and the most exciting part of the draft is after about the 10th or 15th pick. It started calming down a little bit, but of course I'm going to watch the first 10 picks. Well,
yeah. I always watch until the Lions pick, but it's weird the Lions are picking so late this year. Usually we're in that top 5,
right?
So
what are you guys, like 26 or something?
it's pretty deep. We 28.
28, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's a stay up all night on Thursday type deal.
Right, right. And the phone be buzzing off. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that first round, your phone is going off every few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
I always watch it. I mean, I've always watched the first round, um, the whole thing. Last year we were in Detroit watching it live, which was kind of cool. But
yeah,
yeah, this year, where is it at this year?
Green Bay.
Is it
Green
really?
Bay?
I don't
think
know.
so.
That'd be a cool place to go.
Yeah, I remember. You remember when the draft was on Saturdays, man? It started at about noon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we was on second shift at the prison, we watched the first couple of hours and then finish it off at work. And now it's this big extravaganza type of thing, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, they go to different places. Like I said, it was. I mean, in Detroit, it was a party. It was a party. It was cool.
It was in Chicago too. They did it twice there, I believe.
Did you go to it?
I did not go.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I did not go.
I just felt I had to go. I didn't know that I'd ever get an opportunity like that again. So we went. It was cool. Like I said, I mean, did I ever tell you the story?
Yeah,
with Big Sean.
Yeah, that was wild, man.
That still blows me. He was literally just a few feet away from me, and I was like, "He's got to be somebody famous. He's signing somebody's autograph, but there's not a whole lot of people around him." And then we were standing by the walk-in where people go, and I was like, "Oh, he's walking through there. He is famous." And then it was like an hour later, he's up there performing, and we're like, "Oh, Jesus!"
Right.
Yeah,
man. So now we just got to hurry up and wait on the draft, which is at the end of May, beginning of May.
It's end of April. It's in April.
Oh, it's in April.
Okay. Yeah, it's April. Let me see. Yeah, it's April 24th in Green Bay, like you said, April 24th in Green Bay. So yeah, not too long. Just a little over a month, actually.
Well, they talk about the draft every day until the draft. You would think the draft was tomorrow.
Yeah, I said that that's the thing I was talking about with my buddy at work the other day. It was like, it does get a little exhausting seeing all the mock drafts and all these and this and that, but
what's the purpose of the mock draft? When have you ever seen Mel Kiper's draft go the way he says it's going to go?
Oh, never. My favorite things to watch are like a couple years down like to see something like he predicted from a couple years ago to be so off. That's my favorite thing. Where he goes and talks about somebody's not going to be a good this, not going to be a good that, and now the guy's like an all-pro or something like that, or the Bears have to draft this person right here, right. And they get him and he's a bum. I mean, where he talks about, like a can't miss prospect and things like that. And I remember somebody saying that, like, how the hell did he get to where he's like an expert at that kind of stuff?
He worse than the weather person.
Yeah, and like I said, there's no accountability for it. Like I said, what did he do to get put into that position where he's the expert and he makes his predictions? They're way off, and he can get up there and criticize a team for drafting somebody.
What player? I had him going in the second round, but they're picking him now. And I would be like,
it's like who are you? Like as I said, why is he an expert? Why does everybody say, "Oh, Mel Kiper's got this"? It's like, so that doesn't mean anything. He's not a GM. What football? I mean, I can make my mock draft too. Like Jake Dickerson says, it's right here.
Yeah, I think there was another guy that used to do the mock drafts and stuff with him.
Todd McShay does one.
Yes, yeah. Todd McShay. Todd McShay's. I think he was a lot closer than Mel Kiper has ever been. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why he's not on ESPN anymore, but the stuff that he said made more sense.
Yeah.
He was good. He was more accurate, I should say. But yeah, Mel Kiper is.
It just, like I said, it just cracks me up. Even with McShay too. I mean, it's like you get these. They make all these predictions throughout the weeks leading up to it, and then this is the team's needs and yada yada yada. And so then you get to the draft, and they say that the Lions need a wide receiver. So then everybody gets mad, and the Lions don't draft a wide receiver, and it's like, well, the Lions people who know what they need and the ones that see everybody, they don't think they need a wide receiver. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean,
Merrill Hodge was pretty good too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they do a lot of research and a lot of work. It'd be a cool job. I wish I could get on ESPN and just make my mock drafts all the time and get paid to do it, research it. That'd be cool.
And then you have some picks that's just, a team just does the unexpected, right? Like when Buffalo drafted Mario Williams, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, who's seen that coming? That was a total shock. And then when the Bears traded up to draft Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. Man,
that just, oh my God, man. That make me sick to my stomach just even thinking about that move.
Yeah.
I thought we was moving up to get Watson, but I'm kind of glad that didn't happen because
they probably have better massage parlors in Chicago than they do in Houston anyway, so it would have probably been really bad.
I'm gonna keep it PG.
Yeah. We ought to do we ought to make our own like little mock first round pick and see how close or accurate we are. And then maybe we do something really good and then blow up, and then next thing you know we have a segment on ESPN and we're going to the drafts or something like that. Maybe we should do that.
Where do you think Shedeur is going to end up?
I think he's going to the Giants right now.
I kind of think the same thing, but I think Cam Ward is a better quarterback.
Oh, I do too. Like I said, I don't necessarily think Shedeur is going to be a great NFL quarterback. I mean, I think he'll be all right, but I don't think he's going to be like an all-pro, where I think Cam Ward probably could be. I don't think Shedeur is going to suck by any means. He's talented, but
right.
I think he's a little overhyped.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. We're definitely seeing, Cam Ward had me going, ooh, like, if you don't draft me, it's your fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he tired of the Shedeur talk.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Shiloh, he didn't even get invited to the combine.
Yeah. That's not surprising. I mean, he wasn't great. He got injured. Yeah,
he was, to me, he tried to, emulate his dad, which I'm not. I mean, you can't knock him for that,
It's a good one to emulate.
Yeah, but he just wasn't, in my opinion. Yeah, he just,
didn't have the same skill set.
Yeah. You tried to be kind of cute on the field.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, they get criticized from time to time. I didn't see Dion run up on nobody.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But at the same time, to your point earlier, I don't think Dion is doing anything to, put his, to put the attention on his children. He was going to bat for Travis Hunter, though. I mean, this is the Heisman Trophy winner right here before he even won it. Like,
but it was a legit argument. I mean,
yeah.
he was the. I mean, you can make an argument that it should have been Yati or whatever, but yeah, he was by far one of the best players out there. I mean, it would have been different if he was going crazy for Shedeur, saying Shedeur is the Heisman Trophy.
See, that's what LeBron would have done.
Oh, absolutely. Because LeBron, if I remember correctly, and maybe I'm remembering some bullshit or Facebook post or something like that, but it seems like to me, I remember that LeBron was trying to say that Bronny should be invited on the Olympic team back when they were doing the Olympics.
Nah, are you serious?
I know I read it, like I said, but it could be one of those fake ones. I mean, it's just it.
Oh my god, man! Oh my goodness! That had to, you know what? That it'd be a lot of fake posts. You know, people make up their own pages and just kind of post silly stuff like that. So,
right, that's what I said. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to say that he absolutely did that, because I read a bunch of garbage on some of these social medias and then don't always fact check them.
Wow.
But, yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but like I said, the thing is, it's one of those things that it's said, and it could be true. I mean, I could believe him saying something like that. That's the thing about
it. Yeah. Did you see that the Lions released Smith?
I seen that they were going to, yeah.
Yeah, I just seen that here.
I was a little surprised by that, because I didn't think it would take much to keep him, but I don't know. He didn't really do a whole lot when they had him, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is going to be, I'm already ready for September. I mean, I want my summer, but I'm ready for some football again already.
Yeah. Like I said, that is the one cool thing about the free agency and the draft, because then shortly after draft, you start having the training camps and things like that. So you do get to talk about it and think about it. Like I said, I mean, I went so many years with the Lions being bad that was the best part of the season was the off season, because then you could still have that hope that this year they're going to be better. But like the last 2 years, they've actually been good. But like I said before, I mean, this was my time. Oh, they just need to draft this person and get this person, and they're going to be good. Like I said, now it's like, I don't think they're going to do anything this offseason. I still think they're going to be good. That is the one cool thing about it. I'm excited. Like I said, I don't get all, and I mean, baseball season's starting up too. I don't get all excited about baseball. I mean, I'll watch it here and there, especially if the Tigers do well, but I don't know if they'll do well or not. They were one of the hottest teams in baseball at the end of the year last year, but that doesn't mean they will be this year. So,
yeah, I'm gonna definitely go to a couple of games when the Cubs come to town. I'm gonna go. If the White Sox come here this year, I'll definitely go to that for sure. But I gotta look at the schedule.
My youngest son Drew is a big baseball guy. Like he loves playing baseball, so he pays attention to baseball. So I said I might take him to a game. We do a lot of travel baseball in the summer where he plays, but he likes baseball, and it is cool. It is a cool experience to go to the ballpark.
Yeah.
So I'm not much of a baseball guy.
Any before we close, any Michigan talk? Have you heard anything?
I haven't really heard much football wise. I mean, basketball wise, they're kind of struggling right now the last couple games.
Yeah.
Big Ten.
Oh yeah. I was talking about football.
Yeah. Football wise, no, I haven't really heard much.
Okay.
I mean, they really haven't done much. I think they're getting ready to start the spring stuff here, where they actually do some practices and games and stuff like that. That's when you start really hearing stuff about who's doing this, who's doing that.
The spring game. That's this. Is it in April or is it this month?
I believe it's in April. I think they're just getting ready to start their practices.
Okay.
But I'm anxious to see, because they got the transfer quarterback, the Mickey Keene. So I'm anxious to see how he looks, and I'll be following Bryce Underwood nonstop. So, I've never been to one of those Michigan spring games, and they're free. I might try to go this year.
Okay.
Maybe record some of it, put it on the site or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Okay, man. You got anything else?
No, I don't. I'm gonna watch some basketball tonight and Amy and the boys are just going to be getting home here in the next hour or so. They went skiing all weekend, so probably hang out with them. And
Okay.
I don't know what to do with my basketball season being done, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna get back down here and finish my Sunday dinner
Oh,
and
nice. What'd you make?
Some red beans and rice, fry some chicken, some cornbread.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
About to get it in. But I start dieting tomorrow. It's kind of hard being on night shift, but hopefully I'll be on days here coming up soon, and I'm gonna really get into it then. But I'm doing a lot of juicing right now.
All right. Like steroid?
Oh yeah. No, not that kind of juice. No. No. Hell no. No. I forgot they used to say juicing for steroids. Oh my goodness. Oh man. But no. My go-to for my juice is the ABCs: apples, beets, and carrots.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
all good.
It's pretty good.
I used to do an apple carrot juice, and then I've done a beet with like ginger juice.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe apples are in it too.
Those are
good for you. Those are good for you.
Yeah. So people typically, it's rare that you find somebody that just love to eat beets, right? So
yeah, they're not. Yeah, even drinking them's tough.
Yeah,
they have like a dirt taste to them.
Well, I peel them like a potato,
mm-hmm.
and then I juice it. That it comes out. It tastes a lot cleaner. And then the apples that I add, it just balances it out. The apples and the carrots just don't taste bad at all.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to lead us out?
All right, world. That's it. Continue to check for us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Well, I'm sorry, not Twitter. It's X, right?
Sorry.
Just X. YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Keep checking for us. We're gonna keep y'all updated on what's going on. We apologize for the break that we had, but we have things going on in our personal lives. So hopefully now, with basketball being over, we'll get back on the weekly thing here.
Sounds good. Hey, look out for the upcoming mock drafts. It's going to make us world famous, Jeff. Going to make us world famous.
Let's go. Let's get it. That's a lot of research, by the way.
All right. Until next time, guys.
All right. Later.